The Costa Favolosa has almost completed her maiden voyage and will soon begin her first season of passenger cruises.
It's gonna be a mess.
After weeks of pressure with the ship's launch, the crew is exhausted and some are losing their cool.
No, sir.
The rest of the crew now have to suffer because of two people being stupid.
We need to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Really?
Dismissals, disappointments, debuts and disgrace.
Oh my goodness.
All in this final episode of Cruise Ship Diaries. The Favolosa is approaching Venice, the final port of call on her maiden voyage. Today officially ends the inaugural festivities.
Bye-bye now.
And ushers in the brand new season.
Bye-bye now, have a nice day.
Guests prepare to disembark as soon as the ship docks, when another 3,800 passengers will be waiting to board almost simultaneously.
Probably the busiest time for everybody, every crew member, before we really begin the season.
The launch period has been marked by massive christening events, VIP guests, constant media attention, and even undercover critics. The staff and crew have been under constant pressure.
Oh my goodness. It is very stressful. It's a very, very tough period. We've been working hard from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock at night, straight. You sweat.
And what time you finish?
The stress has proven too much for some crew members, who've already signed up for counselling with the onboard chaplain.
You can speak with your head department about the day off.
Yeah,
It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Perfect.
Some crew members who've been taking strain and underperforming are even finding themselves at an abrupt end of their contracts. They will be replaced by an equal on the staffing list as soon as possible. Alessio, the Director of Services, has dished out several warnings today already.
Apparently this guy this morning did not report on duty, so we need to make sure this doesn't happen again. We need to talk to you. Get inside, please. We have a disciplinary issue to take care of.
The ship is approaching Venice, and the crew prepares to disembark guests.
Now it's coming again a lot.
While staff and crew are busy with disembarkation, a surprise cabin inspection is underway. Even their private spaces must conform to ship rules at all times. Security checks for any forbidden items like hot irons or coffee percolators.
Smoke detector, okay, John, take a note. Life jacket, okay?
They also check the condition and storage of all safety equipment.
You have very strict rules. You need to stay in the safe side. This is very important.
Today, there will be no letting up for the staff. A regatta is taking place in Venice and the Giudecca Canal is blocked off. The ship could not dock in the port. Now in the shipyard, guests must be ferried to their connecting transport by passenger boats. Anna, the assistant cruise director, is in charge of the disembarkation today.
Yeah, people are getting very angry because they have to take the boats, but the boats have a limited capacity, and so there are a lot of people waiting, and we cannot let them all on a boat, of course, and it's going to be a mess.
Normalement, une croisière inaugurale, on devait avoir quelque chose de plus que les autres. On a fait une croisière normale, et en plus de ça, l'organisation est nulle. Bon, c'est tout ce qu'il y a.
Chief plus tour, cabin inspection. Sometimes we look for strange things. If with the strange things we can understand the behavior of the crew member, and that help us to monitor sometimes suspicious crew member as well. we found some electrical device that they are not allowed to keep, so confiscate and then we give them end of their contract.
Yes.
The owner of the iron will be dismissed for bringing a fire hazard on board.
Make a receipt for this one.
I don't know how I'd feel. I'm glad it wasn't my cabin, though.
Everybody wants to go first because, of course, it's always like that, you know?
Keeping this right here. Okay, this is 0519. Okay.
Once most guests have left the ship, the maintenance teams have only a short gap in the traffic before the new passengers come on board.
Everything looks amazing when it's brand new, but when you start using it and it really goes into heavy use, then sometimes things will break a little bit easier than you would have wanted them to, so they need to be altered and fixed.
Our routine inspection of the area, unfortunately the situation is still not up to standard. Still we found the area dirty.
Alessio is dishing out yet another warning.
Show me immediate improvements. We need to have the area clean. Okay?
Yes.
Please sign me this paper to show me your commitment on this matter. Okay.
As guests embark, the cabin inspections end. 2 dismissals and several warnings will be issued. All are finally on board. Stress certainly isn't on their menus. To add to the crew's headaches, head office has decided to start a program called Vice Versa on this cruise. Guests now have the opportunity to sign up to go behind the scenes and catch a glimpse of work life at sea.
So there are people that want really to work on board, which for me it's unbelievable. Most worried would be the chef because he has a lot of people. If they make a mess with the food, and maybe somebody has to eat it also.
It's hard work. It is. Seriously.
Several guests have been allocated to each department, and all staff must accommodate them on top of their regular duties. It's yet another strain.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The last week has been fraught with stressors, and it seems many staff are battling to keep it together.
Hello?
Hey, Susie. What time is it going to be, the party?
But I can find it out.
Andrea has decided to organise a crew party tonight. It seems the staff need something to boost morale.
At the end of the day, you need to get together with them, you need to have a drink with them, you need to make them work comfortably. So I always try to reduce as minimum the level of stress.
News of the crew party spreads fast.
For the crew, it's important because it's a way to get over the job. It has an opportunity to have fun together.
So collect everybody, okay?
The party will start at midnight in the crew bar. Staff will join as they end their shifts. Nighttime sees the entertainment kick into high gear. But as work shifts draw to a close, the crew bar starts to fill up. A fight between crew members brings the party to a halt before it even gets into full swing. Security will have to report this to the captain.
Two guys now fighting because too much drinking.
The captain has been informed of the fight at the crew party last night. Security reprimanded the two men involved. They are dismissed and will be taken off at the next port. Details of the scuffle are still unclear.
There was a fight between two crew members. I'm not sure what it was about. They just had a disagreement and there was a fight, and then it moved on into the corridor. It's just very unnecessary. You can just sort your problems out without fighting.
The crew party that was meant to boost morale has ended up causing even more problems for staff.
It was a disaster.
You can never underestimate how stupid some people can be.
I would like to focus this meeting on safety, on security, on company values.
The captain has put a total and indefinite ban on alcohol for all staff and crew.
Especially for the consequences we had the last week.
This captain's very, very experienced. There is no panic. There's no kind of whirlwind that happens with him. He's pretty quiet, really, but he likes his ship shape.
I hope you get the message. This is very, very important.
Good morning. Morning. Listen, we had a few disciplinary issues in the past days. So according to master instruction, all the alcohol will be removed from crew bar. So crew alcohol sale will be forbidden until further notice. I will advise you when we can start the sailing back. All right? Thank you.
It's a shame because the rest of the crew now have to suffer because of two people being stupid. So I think a lot of people are quite annoyed about the whole situation.
If you are forced to board a life raft, not from the crane.
Not convinced all crew are understanding the rules, the captain has called for refresher safety training.
Get wet as crew members in a case of abandoning the ship. They will look at you as the person who has the knowledge and the skill to save their life. This part of the training will give you...
You cut here. All right. Okay.
You cut the meat.
I need to wash my hands.
Yes, before. But you cut
The vice versa guests are hard at work. But even they will probably go ashore when the ship arrives in Dubrovnik today, giving many staff a few hours of real downtime.
When I sing, it's very special for me because it takes away the tension, the stress.
Susie has asked her friend Alex, the musician, if she can perform with him tonight in the piano lounge.
A song that you do, so in the night the voice is more warm, so this one you could reach well because you can shout.
dress bell. Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola pad.
Maybe down a little.
As the ship approaches Dubrovnik, the rain rolls in. Guests might not want to go ashore after all, which means no break for some staff who've been looking forward to the downtime for days.
I would like time off. I would love it because normally when we are doing this job, you don't have much time off.
Fortunately for the crew, the weather clears within minutes, and guests seem happy to brave the grey skies. Anna can't pass up the opportunity to go ashore. With guests finally off the ship, staff make the most of the quiet time.
I'd like to have a massage. Do you have any therapists available?
I've been working hard to always be balanced and not overstress because there are a lot of pressure being for 5-6 months straight in a row, 7 days out of 7. You need to be very self-reliant and be focused on who you are fundamentally, the very deep.
On the ship as one family, and we must work together, live together, no?
Everyone's watching you constantly. You have to be perfect at everything. That was quite stressful, but I'm fine now.
We look so cute in the mirror doing this together.
And you start to sing with it.
Zippy in the middle of a dry spell. Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola pad.
Okay.
Mama's dancing on his shoulder. Sun is setting like molasses in the sky. The way he moved, it was a sin. So sweet and true. Always wanting more.
The captain is usually served lunch in the exclusive officers-only dining area, but today has decided to eat in the crew mess. After the fighting incident, he wants to connect with his staff. He and his second-in-command are not a common sight down here.
Enjoy your meal. What is this?
What about your future? Become a maitre d'? Why not?
Yes, that's my ambition.
Marwan, you have a family?
Yes, sir, I have a family.
Children?
No, I'm still not married. My mother and father and my brother.
So you're single?
Yeah,
But you have fiancé?
No, still not. Single, ready to mingle.
You still have time. You still have time to have a family.
I started to like that with this.
Well, it's a beautiful view, even if there is not the sun, but who cares? It's beautiful.
A few hours off the ship offer Anna a brief but much-needed break from life on board.
Give me 5, all right. Ciao, Dubrovnik, now back to work.
It seems that the afternoon off has lifted the spirits of everyone on board. The ship must leave Dubrovnik shortly, and it's showtime once again.
if I ain't got you, ain't got you. Baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, love somebody who love you.
Susie's performance was a hit.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Anna has just found out that she'll be transferred to another ship when the Favolosa docks in Venice tomorrow. She's needed on the cruise to Greenland. Alessio has been rewarded for the way he's tackled the last few tough weeks. He's been promoted to hotel director. It's rumoured that the captain will lift the alcohol ban in a few days. Until then, the crew bar will be a little slower than usual. For now, Andrea is set to stay on board the Favolosa until the end of this season. Tonight he has organised a Venetian-themed party on the pool deck to mark the end of this cruise. Many guests who take cruises and enjoy the relaxation of a good holiday are unaware of the hard work, sweat and tension that goes into making it look oh so easy. Whatever may be on the horizon for the Costa Favolosa and her crew, there is no doubt it will be filled with tears and triumphs, mayhem and a little magic. All part of everyday life in cruise ship diaries.